Most people in their 20s believe they have all the time in the world to figure out their finances. But the truth is, the decisions you make right now will determine whether you struggle for decades or build real wealth early on. The problem? Schools never teach you how to manage money, and society pushes you into financial traps disguised as normal life choices. You might already be making mistakes that will cost you tens, if not hundreds, of thousands in the long run. And the worst part? You won't even realize it until years later when fixing them becomes much harder. One of the biggest dangers? Lifestyle inflation. The moment you start earning more, it's tempting to upgrade your car, rent a nicer apartment, and spend on things you never even considered before. The logic seems simple. I work hard, I deserve this. But this mindset keeps people trapped in a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, no matter how much their income grows. Take a look around. How many people do you know who make good money but still stress about their bills? That's because spending rises with income when there's no financial plan in place. A salary increase should be an opportunity to build wealth, not an excuse to spend more. If you can resist lifestyle inflation in your 20s, you'll have the financial freedom most people can only dream of by 40. But resisting lifestyle inflation isn't just about saving money. It's about controlling your financial habits. The habits you build now will stick with you for life. If you get used to upgrading your lifestyle every time your paycheck increases, you'll never break free from that cycle. Instead of automatically spending more when you earn more, direct that extra income toward things that actually build wealth. Investing, saving, and creating new income streams. Another costly mistake? Relying on debt to maintain a lifestyle you can't afford, credit cards, personal loans, buy now, pay later schemes, these all make it dangerously easy to live beyond your means. It starts small. A fancy dinner here, a new phone there. Before you know it, you're drowning in debt with interest payments eating away at your future. Credit cards can be a useful tool, but only if you use them wisely. The problem starts when you treat them as free money instead of a financial instrument. The interest rates on unpaid credit card balances are brutal, often over 20%, which means if you only make minimum payments, your debt can double in just a few years. The longer you ignore it, the harder it becomes to escape. And here's something few people realize. Every dollar you waste in your 20s isn't just a dollar lost. It's potentially hundreds of dollars lost in future investments. Because what you don't invest today, you can't multiply tomorrow. Financial success isn't about making perfect choices all the time. It's about avoiding the biggest mistakes that keep people broke. Many people assume that as long as they avoid debt and save a little, they're on the right track. But there's a hidden trap that keeps millions from ever building real wealth: saving without investing. Holding onto cash might feel safe, but inflation is constantly eating away at its value. What seems like a responsible decision, keeping your money in a savings account, can actually be one of the worst financial mistakes you make. Because while your money sits there, prices keep rising, and your purchasing power shrinks every single year. Think about it. If inflation averages 3 to 4% per year, that means the money sitting in your bank account loses value over time. What $1,000 can buy today will be worth significantly less in 10 or 20 years. And if your savings are only earning 0.5% interest in a traditional bank account, you're actually losing money in real terms. Here's the brutal reality. Saving alone won't make you rich. You need to put your money to work. The earlier you start investing, the easier it is to build wealth without extreme effort. That's because of compound growth, the financial force that turns small investments into massive sums over time. For example, if you start investing just $200 a month at 22, by the time you're 60, you could have over $1 million without ever having to increase your contributions. But if you wait until 30 to start, you'd have to invest nearly double to catch up. Time is your biggest ally in wealth building, and the biggest mistake is ignoring it. Many people avoid investing because they think it's risky or complicated. But the real risk is not investing at all. The stock market has historically returned around 7 to 10% annually over the long term. Compare that to the 0.5% you get from a bank. Even with market ups and downs, long-term investors always come out ahead. The key is starting early, staying consistent, and not panicking when markets drop. Another financial mistake that destroys long-term success? Relying on a single source of income. Your job might feel secure today, but what happens if you lose it? Most people never think about this until it's too late. The smartest move you can make in your 20s is to start building multiple streams of income. Whether that's through freelancing, a side hustle, or investing in assets that generate passive income. Because here's the truth. Financial security isn't about how much you earn, it's about how many different ways you earn it. If all your money comes from one paycheck, you're always one step away from financial disaster. But if you have multiple income streams, you gain freedom and flexibility. And you don't need to start a full-fledged business to make this happen. Something as simple as renting out a spare room, investing in dividend-paying stocks, or monetizing a skill online can create additional income. The goal is to diversify your earning potential so you're never fully dependent on a single paycheck. Those who understand this early never have to live in fear of losing a job. They don't panic during recessions, and they have the freedom to make decisions based on what's best for their future, not just what pays the bills. Most people assume that financial success is about making more money. But the truth is, it's not about how much you earn. It's about how you manage it. You can have a six-figure salary and still be broke if you don't make the right decisions. And one of the biggest financial mistakes people make in their 20s is not having a long-term wealth-building strategy. Too many young adults focus on short-term goals, saving for a vacation, buying a nicer car, or upgrading their lifestyle. But very few think about how to build wealth for the long run. The reality is, if you don't plan for financial freedom now, you'll be forced to work for money for the rest of your life. One of the most powerful financial moves you can make in your 20s is learning to pay yourself first. This means before spending a single dollar from your paycheck, you automatically set aside money for your future, whether that's for investments, retirement, or building an emergency fund. Most people do the opposite. They pay their bills, spend on whatever they want, and then, if anything is left, they save. That's a guaranteed way to stay broke. The wealthy do it differently. They treat saving and investing as non-negotiable expenses, just like rent or utilities. This simple shift in mindset separates those who build wealth from those who struggle financially their entire lives. Another critical mistake? Not investing in yourself. You are your most valuable asset. The skills, knowledge, and experience you gain in your 20s will determine how much you earn in the future. Yet, most people stop learning the moment they finish school. They rely on their employer to give them raises instead of increasing their own value in the marketplace. The wealthiest people understand that continuous learning is the key to higher earnings. Whether it's improving a high-income skill, starting a side hustle, or learning about investing, every dollar and hour you invest in yourself now will pay off exponentially in the future. Think about it. If you develop a skill that increases your earning potential by even 10 to 20%, that's money you'll earn for the rest of your life. The smartest investment you can make in your 20s isn't in stocks or real estate. It's in your ability to generate wealth. And finally, the mistake that keeps most people trapped financially: not thinking long-term. It's easy to focus on immediate gratification, spending money on things that feel good in the moment. But true financial success comes from delayed gratification. The people who build wealth understand that sacrificing a little now leads to massive rewards later. If you're in your 20s, you have one huge advantage: time. Every financial decision you make now has a compounding effect. Start investing early, build multiple income streams, avoid unnecessary debt, and keep your lifestyle inflation under control. Because here's the truth. The choices you make today will determine whether you have financial freedom in your 40s or if you're still struggling to pay bills at 60. Most people won't take action. They'll keep spending, keep waiting, and keep making the same mistakes. But if you're serious about building wealth, the time to start is now. The sooner you take control of your money, the sooner you'll have the freedom to live life on your terms. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos that will help you build real financial freedom. And let me know in the comments, What's one financial mistake you wish you had avoided? See you in the next video.